So here we have this VEVOR Farmhouse end table. Now, full disclosure, this is a paid review, but the opinions in this video are my own. Alright, so in this video, I'm going to really quickly unbox and show you how to put this together, and then I'll give you a closer look at it. And here's the box it came in. Opening it up, it's packaged pretty nicely with foam surrounding it. And here's everything that came with it. There's a bunch of these boards. Then there's two small boxes with the power strip and all the hardware. And then, of course, the instruction manual. Looks like all these pieces have labels on them, and they're also pre-drilled, which will make this easier to put together, and these little hardware packs are labeled as well. Anyway, let's go ahead and put this thing together, and then I'll give you a closer look at it. First, we're going to take this piece here, which is one of the vertical front trim pieces, put two dowels into the smaller holes, and then take 3 of these screw pins and screw them into here just like this. Then slide on one of the side pieces with the farmhouse design just like this, and then lock it in from this side with these twist lock pieces. And then you can do exactly the same thing for the other side of the cabinet. Then take the 2 shorter and skinnier pieces and put 1 dowel in each one of those. Then screw in the pins and drop on these horizontal shelf boards and secure them together using the twist lock pieces. Next, you're going to take one of the side pieces you put together and put 5 dowels in it, and then screw in 5 of those pins. Then you can line up the bottom shelf onto that just like this and lock it in place. And same thing with the center shelf. And there's one more piece of the front trim that you can slide onto here just like this and then lock it on. Then slide in these 2 thin back pieces and put dowels into here just like this. Then we're going to take this other side board, put in the dowels and the pins. And you'll see I made a mistake here and all the dowels fell out. So it works a lot better if you put the dowels into the shelves like this. Anyway, then you can slide that side piece on. It is a little bit difficult to line it all up, but once you do, you can go on the inside and lock it all together using the twist lock pieces. Anyway, then you can flip it upside down and hammer in these 4 feet into each one of the corners, and I recommend using a hammer and a pair of needle nose pliers to help you do that. Then flip it back upright and stick 7 dowels into these holes. Grab the top board and screw 4 pins into the larger holes. Then you can flip it over and slide it into place, making sure the cutout side is on the back of the cabinet. Then tighten it down using 4 of the twist lock pieces. Take the power strip, drop it into place, and push that cord through the hole in the back, and then secure it on using 2 of the short black screws. Then you can add these 4 metal decals on the front. Each one takes 3 screws, and the holes are pre-drilled. Then take the door and attach the wooden knob using a screw from the back. Line up this little metal piece with the pre-drilled holes on the back of the door and screw it in. Then attach the 2 hinges onto the cabinet frame. You gotta line them up with the pre-drilled holes, and this part is just a little bit tricky because you can't see what you're doing. Anyway, once you get both of those screwed on, then you can line it up with the pre-drilled holes on the door and screw them in. And then screw this little magnetic door catch piece right onto here. And finally, screw these little plastic triangle pieces into the back like this to stiffen it up. Alright, and there we go, it's all put together. That was a little bit tricky to assemble, but not too difficult. And it took me just about 45 minutes. Overall, I'm pretty happy with how it came out. I think it looks really nice. It's made up of this particle board covered in laminate. It has a couple of these metal decals in the corners, then some metal hinges for this door. There's also this pretty handy power strip on top with 2 regular plugs, 2 USB ports, and a USB-C port. And then to plug it in, it has this cord that comes out the back that's about 6 foot long. There's a small open section on top where you can put some books, and then right under that there's this cabinet, quite a bit more space in here, and it's hidden away by this door. And the door is held shut by a magnet, which I do like, but I would have preferred if instead of being down here, it was on the top somehow. And it also has these plastic non-marring pads on the bottom. Anyway, this little end table has a really cool farmhouse look to it. I like the brown top as well as the metal accents, and it's also surprisingly solid. There's very little movement in it. It's supposed to be able to hold 55 pounds, but as you can see, it can hold much more than that. And overall, I think this is a pretty nice, decent sized little farmhouse end table. It's pretty sturdy, looks great, and is surprisingly inexpensive.